So how's the season been?
It's been well. It actually went by pretty fast. I'm surprised that we already playing the bowl game. Just flew by. It seems like just yesterday we were preparing for Nevada.
Where does it feel like you made the biggest strides as a player over the season?
I feel like I made strides in a few different places. Pocket presence, even just getting the feel for the position. I've only been playing it for 2 years now, so I'm still actually learning a whole lot. So the offense, everything, I'm starting to get a better understanding of what defenses do, protections, pressures, and all different things.
Over the last week or so, you've been doing more of UCLA's offense. I mean, you've been doing scout team most of the time. How do you feel your learning curve is with the offense right now?
I feel like I got it down pretty well. Now it's a matter of doing it physically, staying on progressions, hanging in the pocket. But as far as the mental side of it, knowing the protections, where to set the protections, I feel like I got it down pretty well.
How does it help you to be a scout team quarterback? You have to learn a lot of new things every week. Is that helping your process of learning UCLA's offense?
Not so much in learning UCLA's offense, but physically, you're going against the ones. We got a bunch of young guys over on scout, so obviously everything's not going to be clear. You're not going to have a lot of time in the pocket. So really I'm able to work on pocket presence, making throws in smaller windows, whereas the DBs are a little faster because they're older, been here for a while, more experience. So it actually helps because it's more of a cluster on that side, whereas over here, once I get in our offense, everything runs a lot smoother. Everybody knows exactly what they're doing, the right depths, protections, and know exactly where to go.
With your pocket presence, was that where you first kind of noticed when you got here that I really need to improve before I'm actually really playing?
Yes, actually. Pocket presence, the pass rush is a lot faster in high school, obviously. So coming out here, you don't have as long to look around and sit here and dance around the pocket. So you kind of have to be quick, slide, make a throw. There's no sitting around, or you can't just scramble every time because the closing speed of the guys is a little faster. So you're kind of forced to make a little bit more throws from the pocket and kind of develop a great presence.
With Brett still not having made his decision for next year, I mean, have you thought about the fact that there's potentially going to be an open quarterback spot next year?
Not so much. I'm just preparing whenever my number is called, just be ready to play, and that's all I can do right now.
What was the biggest thing you learned from him this year?
I've learned a lot of things, actually. As far as in the mental room, he kind of helps me. He helped me a lot with understanding our protections and where to start our progressions and different defenses against our formation that we're running. He's been behind me sometimes when when I'm running our offense, reminding me of who to read, who am I keying, where to make the throw if this guy does what. So he's actually walking with me every step of the way.
If Brett, does end up leaving, how ready do you feel to potentially be starting by August?
I'm just trying to get better every day. If he does leave, I'm just trying to be ready if my number is called, and that's all I can do.
What tells you are ready?
I don't tell myself I'm ready if the coaches feel I'm ready.
No, but I meant inside. You did that. You said that when your number's called, you got to be ready to play. What tells you that you are ready to answer that?
Depending on how comfortable I am with the offense and where I feel I'm better and wherever the coaches feel I've improved, or if I'm able to handle certain situations.
What parts of the offense do you feel most confident about?
Our protection and our progression.
And with you in the offense, what parts of the offense do you feel very comfortable with that you could go out tomorrow and run?
I'm comfortable with our protections and our progressions.
Besides your protection.
I asked Miles this yesterday, but heading into this kind of final stretch of the recruiting process, last year you kind of had an interesting one. Can you kind of explain what that whole last month before signing day is like?
Oh man, coming up when you're first getting offers, you feel like you're the man. You kind of like, all these schools want me, but when it comes down to crunch time, that week before, and you actually have to make a decision, I know it may sound bad and kind of selfish, but it's a really stressful situation. I know there are people wishing they could have scholarships and whatnot, but it's a really stressful situation because you have to hit it right on the bullseye. You only get one chance, one opportunity. You can't go to a school and not like it and say, I want to go here. You only get one shot, so you have to make sure it's perfect.
Is there a strategy you would implement now knowing what you know?
I feel like I did well, actually, now looking back. I actually took a piece of paper, wrote down everything, like education, coaching, offense, everything, and I would just check off what every school had, and then I would take my official there and whatnot if I felt comfortable with the guys. And on that paper, it was actually the most check marks. I mean, I would just take that. It was as simple as that, though.
Okay. Is there a point where in that process where you kind of need to shut it down a little bit on Twitter and social media, especially when you might decommit from a school and fans
have some backlash?
For certain individuals, I would say. I mean, some people can handle it, but some guys may want to respond back or may get the urge to start saying negative things, but you don't want to do that. So I would say for some guys, you may want to step back a little bit, but if you're able to handle it and you're able to just ignore it, then I don't feel it's a necessity. But I was able to just ignore it and continue just doing what I was doing and whatnot.
Thanks.
Thanks, John.